All right, folks, welcome to Career Conversations with Georgian's Career Success Team. We're excited that you're joining us today. And we have been operating every Tuesday morning with our Career Conversations episodes with different guest speakers, different topics that we've been covering. And so we're going to do the same thing, but it's kind of a bittersweet day because it's actually our last episode for the winter semester for the Career Conversation series that we've been doing. So it's an opportunity where we can come together to discuss all things related to career exploration, career planning, job search ideas. It seems to be that most of the people that have been joining us throughout this winter semester and the previous semester as well have really been focused on the questions of how can I really maximize my job search success, and how can I have that competitive edge in everything that I'm doing. So a lot of the speakers and a lot of the topics have focused on ways to improve that. And so we're kind of excited that we can continue on with this last day to do that. Today I'm joined by my colleague and our guest, Sheree Namara, who is our job search coach. She's actually in her final week with us at the Career Hub. And with Sheree working with us throughout this semester, she's got some great tips and recommendations. And she's going to focus today on what am I missing in my job search. So I'm excited to be able to share this time with you, Sheree. And I'm going to stop sharing my screen so that you can start sharing yours. And I'll turn it over to you. And both Jose and myself will also watch the chat. If you do happen to have any questions along the way, feel free to put them in the chat as we're spending our time together.
All right. Thank you, Sean. Are you able to see my screen?
Yes, we can see it. Thank you.
All right. Hi, everyone. My name is Sheree Namara, and I'm here to just talk about what is missing in my job search. And I'll just be focusing on reflections on job search strategies, as well as just sharing my experience and just giving some tips. Feel free to ask me of any questions you might be having in your job search journey, and we can just sort of discuss about it and learn from each other. So to just go ahead and just what we're going to be talking about here, what I'll be talking about is I'll be starting with reflections on my personal job search journey and common mistakes that I've seen, observed, or things that I've learned from as well, and as well as job search strategies and tips as well, and then questions, remarks, and resources as well. So I'm not here to just say I know everything, but at least I'm at some level where I'm on a learning journey as well, just like everybody else. And yeah, I hope you will be able to get some encouragement in your job search journey. So, just to say that, just a question I wanted to ask everyone, what job search, like what stage you are at, whether you're new or current. It's important to know, ask yourself this question: what stage are you at, and what challenges you're going through? If you're a new student, I encourage you to utilize the Career Hub services that we have as well. If you're a current student, I'll also be talking about what strategies you can incorporate while in that stage, and also graduating student as well. Since I know the people who are already here and what stage they're in, I'll just put this out there. It's just an important question for if you're reviewing this recording, not live, like so. That's a great question to ask yourself. What stage am I at? And so I'll just get started with my presentation, and unless someone else here wants to share, you can just put it up in the chat as well. Yeah. So I will carry on to my reflections on my job search journey. Uh, I'm an international student, and when I came to Canada 2 years ago, um, there was just a lot of talk happening in class, and I knew that I needed to get a first job, a part-time job immediately. And I was like, okay, what am I going to do? And I was just all over the place. No plan, no clarity. I'm just like, okay, I need to. So you're just sort of just picking up from everywhere. And you're like, when somebody would mention to me, like, hey, like, would you maybe go to career services to do your resume or something, or update your resume? I'm like, I know how to do my resume. I know how to do a resume. I've done it all these years. And considering also that I have come with like a lot of experience, work experience back at home, I was like, I got this, I got this. But then along the journey, I realized first month, second month, I'm not getting a job. Third month, fourth, I'm not getting a part-time. I was like, something is not adding up here, or something is wrong. Oh, I need to get help. I need to get support. And that was a lesson for me. And so I would say, okay, you know what? How about if I go to the career services? So I came to the career services to sort of update my resume. And there was a lot of things and a lot of changes. I realized that I needed to update my resume to the Canadian standard. That was one of them. And also learning how to tailor my resume to the job that I'm applying for, because I was just getting one resume and I give every employer, doesn't matter what position I'm applying for, I just apply. You take the same template, and I was just realizing I was just not getting into the selection pool at all, or I was just not getting through as well. And also as I started learning, even in my current program in human resource management, I learned a lot of things as well on how employers and what they're looking for. And some employers, I learned that employers take about 10 to 6 seconds to just review your resume. So it's really important to put in the effort in learning how to customize your resume. But also, when you go for job fairs, how do you present yourself? And yeah, I would go and just hand out my resume and say hi to go to a job fair, say hello, here's my resume, bye. And yeah, I found that that was also a common mistake, and I needed to work on my elevator pitch as well. And then, yeah, so that is just a bit about my job search journey and some of the things or areas that I've learned from as well. As we go along, I will also be sharing some common mistakes that I have observed, and as well as some things that you can learn from as well. So I'll talk about common mistakes. Um, well, before I told you, lack of clarity or having a plan. When I was doing my human resources management, we had a course where it was a preparations course before you start job hunting. One of the templates that I utilized was we had this Excel sheet or something where you could put in your keep track of your jobs that you have applied for and see your progress. And also, when I saw that really helped me get organized as well. So I figure some if you out there and you realize like you're just all over the place, maybe it's time to just first consolidate yourself and just say, you know what, let's have a plan about this, and clarity. I'm a new student. What's most important right now? And as a new student, I would suggest if you're coming into college, you're fresh from high school, I would say your first months of college, I would say it would be a best time to now seek the necessary resources to just to help you get prepped up for before you go for your job search, instead of just going right up to the job search. Have a plan. And also having a plan to connect in your first months. If you're new to Canada as well, I would say focus on networking in your first stages. Create a plan. It takes time to network, but if you create a strategy and a plan in place, like in my first months, probably check out the Career Hub, update my resume, and then look for opportunities of where I can maybe volunteer and get connected with community and people. You realize along your studies, if you just keep at it, by the time you graduate, you're able to get the references that you need, but also you need people to be your eyes and ears within community to help you reach out to places that you cannot reach out, to get those jobs that are not really advertised. And yeah, so I would give that advice to just reflecting back on my journey. I would say it's get involved in community, find out what your interests are. You can get involved in charity events or networking events. I just encourage you to have a plan and a strategy for that as well, but also clarity. Um, uh, there's sometimes I ask my network, well, I'm looking for a job. And they're like, okay, specifically, what are you looking for? And I would be like, bro, anything, I can do anything. Well, you're not helping the person who wants to help you, like your network. So you can write down a list of things or options that you're looking for. You can say, okay, I'm looking for positions in this, and this. So if you hear any word, or if you hear someone who you can refer me to, it really helps the other person, give them clarity of what you're being specific, so you're not all over the place, and they're clear, or like, oh, Sherry's looking for roles in this. So if something comes up, they're able to easily say, hey, by the way, I came across this. I thought you might be interested in this. And then we talked about not another common mistake is not tailoring your resume to the job that you are applying for. This is a big one. I know AI is also there. It's okay to use AI, but be cautious and be wise. Just review whatever material that is going out to the employer. Just review it, because sometimes I have noticed in my experience, you realize that, oh, this doesn't sound like me. So if it doesn't sound like you, then review what it's giving you, but it's sort of to give you ideas, and you're like, no, 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 this is not what I want to put out there. And just review what it's giving you, because it sort of gives you ideas, and then you can rewrite in your own tone and authenticity. So that's what I would advise. So review what is if you're using AI, just be cautious on how you use it, so that you don't abuse it as well. And also not having a LinkedIn profile. It's a or professional online presence. Um, if you're new, and I would encourage someone who has just started college or started in Georgian college. This is a great time to start building your LinkedIn profile before your assignments become really heavy on you. The first months before, in fact, before the fast reading week, get started on these steps, and just help you prepare yourself, and having a LinkedIn profile. And later on I'll share a resource on how you can build your LinkedIn profile. And as you go through your semester, you will be able to add to it and strengthen your profile. And then applying alone and going it alone, not seeking the right support. Here at the Career Services, we encourage you to come by the Career Hub and see how we can support you, but also such platforms like Career Conversations are great spaces to have these kind of conversations as well. And also just also reaching out to just I would say when you're going through a job search, it can become really, really discouraging, and you need to build a support network. So back to again, getting engaged in community and you building a support network, having a plan for that, so that when you feel discouraged or anything, you have a support network to keep you motivated, to keep you going, and to keep encouraging you. So honestly, job searching can be effectively done when you do it with your peers as well, and for support and also motivation as well. And then this is a big one, ignoring networking, and which I have already explained uh, like before earlier. It's very, very important for you to network, because I believe employers are looking for people they can trust. So in this job market, we're having we're seeing just there are many people in the market, but then there are fewer jobs, and employers are like, you know what, I really don't want to go through all this, but I would just, if if somebody could refer me to somebody, and then I would check them out. Um, they're basically looking for people they can trust. So networking, investing in networking and building that network for yourself is really, really important. And then poor interview preparation and elevator pitch. So here's something I want to say. Let's say your resumes are going through and you're landing interviews. That's a good sign. There's no issue with your resumes, that means, and but then after the interview, you're noticing a theme or a trend, or you're noticing like, oh, I'm getting lots of rejections after the interview. That's when you look at your strategy and you're like, oh, this is the area that I need to work on. My interview skills. How do I improve on my interview skills? And if you're a current student, and um, I would encourage you to improve on your interview skills and get to understand what kind of questions are being asked as well. And also, when you go for job fairs, how do you present yourself to the employer? Or if you, how are you presenting yourself to the employer? Are you having conversations with them? When I go for a job fair, there are two things. Of course, there are two things in my mind. I go with intention to connect with the employer, so I come prepared with my elevator pitch. And yes, Sean, you have something to say? Can see
Yeah,
your hand.
I just thought that was an incredible point. So I just thought I'd wait until, it worked out for you, for me to
Yeah.
jump in there. But it was interesting because I was actually talking with a former data analyst student uh,
Mm,
who talked about this point that you just made about the
mm,
fact that, well, there were some interviews and there were some different things that were going on within his job search, and he was basically expressing himself from a personal perspective and saying, okay, but I'm frustrated, I don't know what to do, and this is how I feel, and this is what I think. And I go, hang on a sec, let's just look at this from a data analytics perspective.
yeah.
I said, this is what you're trained in. I
Yeah.
said, if your interviews are not going well, then what's the data telling you?
Yeah.
Right? Maybe you need to just take a look at the data, take a look at the information, look at it. It's just business.
Yeah.
Like, look at it from that perspective. Take yourself or your emotions out of the equation for a moment and look at it
Mhm.
from that perspective. And then he started to look at it and he's like, yeah, you know what? I think if I was giving someone advice, or if I was looking at this from an objective research perspective, I would say do this or do that. I go, you see what I mean? That's what we need to do, because from the employer's perspective, it's just business, right?
Yeah.
So we've got to look at it that way too, because when we get so emotional, it makes it hard for us to see some of that objective information. I just thought I'd add that because I thought it was a really good point you're making.
All right. Yeah. Thanks, Sean. Thanks, Sean. Yes. So, just as I mentioned earlier, when I would go for my let's say for a job fair, I would just hand out resumes. That's it. And it I have taken my time to really make these resumes. So I was like, you know what? I need to change my strategy in this area. This area needs improvement. So the next time I go for a job fair, I'm going with an intention. I should have at least my elevator pitch, but I will want to connect with the employer and have conversations with them. So of course, in within my elevator pitch, I introduce myself. I'm like, oh, before I'd love to share more about myself, but as a start, I would ask them, I would like to know what you are looking for today, or what positions, or what kind of candidates are you looking for today. I've already given them time to speak. So they get to speak, oh, we're looking for this, da, 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 da. Then they ask, so tell me, what are you, uh, like looking for, what positions or something like. And so like, I'm looking for this, and I'm passionate about this. Oh, I'm actually interested curious to understand more about this position or something like that. How can I apply? And then they get to tell you da. I'm just giving you like an example or an experience that I've had before. And then after that, I say then they go out. Some of them ask, oh, do you have your resume with you or something like that out there? So we are having a conversation with them, and it's very important because also you're really showing them that you have great communication skills, that you can communicate with anyone, anywhere, anytime. And I those are soft skills that an employer can see from a distance and say, oh, I want to have this person on board. Because so when they ask for my resume, I'm like, yeah, sure, I have it here. And then there's a call to action. Never leave without a call to action. Ask how you can follow up, or even ask if you can connect with them on LinkedIn in case there are any future job opportunities coming up. And yeah, I'm just giving from my experience how that has gone, and I keep practicing. First time it doesn't work out, I'm like, no, you know what? I'm going to keep practicing again and again and again. And you realize that you're able to apply your elevator pitch anywhere with anyone, everywhere. You'll be able to share about yourself, your passions, or what you're passionate about, or what you're looking for, and as well as call for action as well. So that's a tip. I will also still share some resources on how you can access and how to build your elevator pitch. So let's go to job search strategies and tips. So just over my journey, even seeking for a co-op, these are some things I have learned. And these are some tips that I fall back on. Number one is get organized. If you feel like you struggle in this area, you're just all over the place, get yourself organized and just set realistic goals and then track your progress. So we have a spreadsheet where you can sort of like put in all the jobs that you have applied to. And if you're a co-op student, this is very important for you, because I know many co-op students say, I have applied here, I've applied everywhere. And once the co-op, let's say consultant asks, okay, show me a track record. This is something you want to have with you at all costs. You want to have it like, you see, here is my track record. So it's an Excel sheet where you sort of put in the companies that you have applied to, what resumes you have submitted and everything, and you can put some comments for yourself. It's something also learning how to incorporate. It's just something outside. I've learned this journey. It's something it takes a lot of time and energy as well, but still you're able to, whenever you need to take a pause and reflect, you can see what's working and what's not working, or where you need to pivot, or what you need to do, or how to adjust your strategy. So I wouldn't say there's a secret pill. I'm not here to share a secret pill like, hey, do this and you get a job. But with job searching, sometimes you try something and then you pause, reflect, and you're like, oh, this is working, this is not working, or how can I get support? How can I adjust? Or maybe I should try this. And then you try something and then you pivot again like that. So I think that's how the job search journey goes. And it's talking about resumes. We talked about it. Customize your resume to the role that you're applying for. If you're a student saying, you know what, I don't have work experience, what am I gonna do? I'm fresh from high school. Then incorporate your transferable skills. Then you might ask me, how am I gonna get transferable skills? Well, get involved in community, get involved in a club, get involved in something that's going to help you build those soft skills like leadership skills, time management, communication, and you can be able to present that on your resume as well, because that's what most employers are looking at, your soft skill. I was speaking to a recruiter at one point, and he said he can tell how a resume has been AI generated or something like that. He meets the student and he realized that something's not adding up. What's on the resume is just not connecting with the person that I'm talking to. So just make sure that if you're to use AI again, review your resume and make sure that it sounds like you and it's true to your experience and everything. So where you need to make adjustments, make adjustments. So review that as well. And then prepare for interviews. If you notice like, oh, I need to improve on my interview skills because I notice I'm getting through to the selection pool, but I'm getting rejections after the interview. So that's a sign. It just shows like, hey, work on your interview skills. So, and how do you do that? Well, you get to practice common interview questions and use like find out like different questions like what are behavior questions, and we have platforms and resources for you here at the Career Hub. And if you want more information on that and also how to build your elevator pitch, feel free to come by the Career Hub as well. But another way how you can build your interview skills, it is if you get a rejection after the interview, go ahead, thank the employer for the opportunity to be interviewed and ask for feedback. Say, hey, brother, thank you for the opportunity, but I'm looking for ways on how I can also improve it. So based on my interview that I had with you, ask for feedback, okay? So that will help you. And when they give that, you'll be able to see, oh, this is this certain questions here. I think I need to improve on this. So go ahead and ask for feedback, and don't be. I didn't know that you can ask an employer for feedback, to be honest. But I think it's a very great tip to ask for feedback. And some employers are responsive; they will respond. If some are not, then that's okay. And then also network with intention. As I said, if you're very new to Canada, like just like me, an international student, and you're like, how am I going to get? I know there's this thing called, many international students always, I also ask myself this question, how am I going to build that Canadian experience? Some employers may require you to have it, some employers may not. But I'm not gonna lie, it's a thing, it's there. So how are you going to do that? Get into community, look at your what are your interests, and get to volunteer in spaces so that you can be able to get connected with community. And if you have a plan for how to network, especially once you come into Canada, you get involved, you get it made, say, go to a charity, you're connecting with people when you're working. I've had friends who applied to Canada Blood Bank or any, they're just different charities around. So just as a way to connect with people within the community, because these are the same people who you're volunteering with. They're working with different companies, and you're just building your connections. So you can pick a day or a weekend and say, you know what, I'll dedicate maybe one day a week or something, or some time in the weekend to go ahead and volunteer in this space. And while you do that, you're intentionally building connections within community because you want people to be your eyes and ears, especially where you cannot reach. And then use the available resources that are there on my GC Life. And Georgian Connect is a great place to apply for jobs as well if you're looking for on-campus jobs, but also if you're looking to, let's say, become better in your job search strategy. Also, LinkedIn Learning. If you're a Georgian College student, you have free access to LinkedIn Learning. And if you want to build even more like different skill sets, you can use LinkedIn Learning as well. So while you're in college, you can build this so that by the time you graduate, you're like, okay, I have learned from this, I have grown from this, I have received the support that I need. Then also on the last thing I wanted to talk about is enhancing your online presence. So these are some tips. They're not the only ones, but these are some things that I have learned over my journey. So I will just go to the next slide. So some thoughts and encouragement. Well, job search journey your job search can be really like it can take a lot from you, especially when you're receiving rejections. So I really encourage you to just prioritize on your mental health and resilience and self-care. So this sometimes I've noticed like just one rejection can take a lot of energy, and it does affect you because you are a human being. So that's why I fall on my support network. And if you've taken the time to build that support network, you can have these conversations with people who will encourage you and keep you motivated. And then this is something I'm also learning how to embrace the unknown and just take one day at a time. And it's always important to also, if you feel at one point, you know what, I need to first step back, pause, reflect, and then see where I need support. Um, uh, there are times where I've asked myself again, like where I pause, I'm like, hey, my resumes are going through, but I'm not getting after the interviews, I'm not going through. So those have been my pause, reflect moments. And yeah, so I encourage and find out what's working and what's not working. And then you finally adjust your strategy. And where you need to seek support, you can always come to career success offices, and we can just talk about it. We have some great career consultants as well. And then something I always keep encouraging myself is just keep at it. If you're like, Sheree, you know what? Everything you've said, I have done it. I have done this. I've done it. Then what is there? What is next? I really need a job. I'm so desperate. I just keep at it. That's what I keep telling myself. You know what? Just keep at it. What you're doing, you're putting in the effort, and you've taken the time to network and engage, and just keep at it. The right jobs would fall on your lap. That's what I believe. So let's talk about resources, just rounding up. Resources and opportunities. My GC Life, please check out Georgian College resources at the Career Success Hub, Career Success the career success platform. We have resume, how to build your resume, interview tips as well. Please utilize those resources and maximize them while you're still in college, and then you get to learn so many things. Something that I have realized is you think you know, but then you realize you actually don't know. So how about, like, if you find yourself in that position like me, where, like, yeah, I know how to do a resume. How about just giving yourself a chance to, you know what, let me first go ask this question. I want to find out about this. And before you know it, you realize you actually didn't know something, or something you could have learned along the way, or something that could have helped. And there is a recorded workshop. I think Sean has done this. It's called Job Searching and the Hidden Job Market. It is something to check out as well. So I recommend that. It just sort of, I think Sean goes into in-depth statistics and everything, and I have reviewed it, and I think it's a great resource. So if you want, just check out our recorded workshop on job searching and the hidden job market, how to reach the hidden job market. I may not have been able to speak in depth because I'm speaking from my experience, but if you need something more in depth, you can check out that recorded workshop. And then also we have LinkedIn Learning. If you're seeking how to build your platform, let's say your LinkedIn profile, if you're very new to Canada, or if you don't have any online professional presence, check out this LinkedIn Learning. It's called Rock Your LinkedIn. And then other opportunities, if you're seeking opportunities on campus, off campus, you can check out Georgian Connects as well. But build your network. I really still emphasize on building your network while you also apply in other job sites as well, job boards that you may be familiar with, LinkedIn and Indeed and Glassdoor. And yeah, please go ahead, do both things as you go for job fairs as well. And then also, if again, if you're new to Canada, or if you haven't gotten involved in any events and you're looking for ways how to volunteer, you can start with GCSA. Go to the GCSA office and say, hey, how can I volunteer for an event? They're really looking for some people who they can volunteer with. And that is one way you can actually build your transferable skills. If you can start a club, if you can get involved in a club, just getting involved in community really, really helps, both in college and outside college, because that's how you get to build your network as well. So, if anyone has any questions, feel free to ask me. And if no one has any questions as well, it's okay. But if you need some support, please reach out to Career Success. Our services are available up to 2 years post-graduation. And that is our email, gccareerhub@georgiancollege.ca. You can find us at the M204 Barry campus from Monday to Friday from 9:30 to 3:30. So thank you for listening, and I really wish you all the best in your job search journey.
Well, thank you so much, Sheree. Oh my goodness, this has been incredibly insightful with all of your tips, suggestions, and resources. But can I just say that, Sheree, you are the kind of person that has lived what you just spoke about. I mean, the experience that we have had working with you has been absolutely incredible. You live these things out. I mean, I see the way that you network and the way that you get involved with other projects and the way that you look for ways to even cultivate and grow your skills. I mean, you live what you just presented today. So, folks, as you're listening to this material, you just heard a presentation from Sheree, who has lived this out, and it's making incredible, you know, as it's making incredible results and outcomes when we see the way that Sheree is connected to so many people.
Yeah.
And we don't know how the rest of how this next chapter is going to play out yet, because this is your last week with us, Sheree, but it's going to be exciting to see where this is going to go, because like there's so many people that know you,
Yeah.
Sheree,
Yeah.
and it's because of the way that you were willing to invest your time
Yeah.
through your work, through your learning, and through all the other networks that we work with here at Georgian's Career Success. So thank you so much for sharing this today.
Thank you for having me.
All right. Well, everyone, have a great day, and please let us know if we can be of any further support to you at Georgian's Career Success. As Sheree was mentioning, please email us, please book an appointment, please drop by and see us at any point. We'd be looking forward to working with you in the future.